Sun City has once again been recognized in a big way. More on that in a moment, but first, a neighborhood in the Mission Valley is getting a new playing field. Hello, El Paso. Thank you for joining us on this edition of Your City in 5. I'm Ricky Saillas. The Cedar Grove neighborhood is getting a new playing field. It will complement a new library rec center combination project that's already in the works. The flat field, as it's called, will be built on part of this empty lot on Carolina near Alameda. Once complete, it will be used for soccer, football, rugby, and lacrosse. City Representative Cassandra Hernandez says the field is needed in this part of El Paso.
The city really needed to improve the lot, help with the drainage, and make a pond park, and so that this project will achieve that, in addition to providing a new facility for the residents who desperately need public spaces and open space.
The flat field will be built next to the Library Recreation Center combo. These projects are part of the city's efforts to enhance recreational opportunities for the community. Now, both projects should be complete by 2020. Well, when it comes to flat fields, Far East El Paso now has 8 of them. Your City in 5 media specialist Jose Solis shows us the Eastside Sports Complex and the impact it will have on sports here in El Paso.
You can't describe how excited you are when something like this finally opens. This is something the city's been working on since the beginning of the bond. It's something I've been working on since before we even put it towards the bond.
We travel quite a bit for our games, northeast, west side, and lower valley. There's really nothing on this side of town, so it's good to have something on this side of town that we call kind of home.
This will be something that will draw tournaments to our city, and will not only be other parts of the city, but also other parts of the state will come here and play and see all the wonderful things we have in El Paso.
I'm excited to get over and play on the field.
It is amazing to see this, to see that the city is doing this for our kids so they can keep playing. There's not another place like this in El Paso.
I'll tell you this, man, the kids are just excited just to come in. You didn't come and play, but they just come in excited just to see everything, how everything's working out, and everybody knows that it's expanding, so it's going to be awesome to play here.
The city has so much talent, and we could be sending so many people to higher places in sports. We just don't have the facilities to train them and to really bring out those talents. Now we do.
And it feels good to be able to give them what they want and what they need. And if you're able to keep up with the growth and parallel that growth with these kinds of amenities, I think the community takes notice. And so they see how their money's being spent.
Thank you, Jose, for putting together that video. The sports complex, by the way, is the latest project to be built with 2012 Quality of Life bonds. Another recognition for the Sun City, El Paso has been named as one of the best places to live in America. AreaVibes.com ranked El Paso as the 7th best place to live. The rankings are based on cost of living, crime, education, housing, employment, and amenities. This is the 2nd year in a row that El Paso has made the top 10 list. Meanwhile, street improvements continue across the city. Crews are almost finished resurfacing Macomb Street in northeast El Paso. The street is one of 8 major roadways having their worst sections resurfaced within the next year and a half. City Representative Sam Morgan says resurfacing of Macombs not only improves safety for drivers, but the city's overall visual image.
A significant amount of work has gone into streets and roads. It was listed as one of the top 3 priorities for constituents throughout the city. Number 1 being security, number 2 being streets and roads, and number 3 being parks and recs.
Other major streets included in the resurfacing project include Railroad, Yarborough, George Dieter, Viscount, Hawkins, Rojas, and Wrestler. The project is part of the city's commitment to improve safety and is funded by the 2012 Streets Capital Improvement Program. Well, the city of El Paso continues to garner national recognition, this time by the National Association of City-County Health Officials. Your City in 5 correspondent Armando Salivar was in New Orleans for the presentation, and he joins us to explain how a new system that's maximizing the health information exchange is putting the Sun City in the spotlight.
Well, it's only fitting that the City of El Paso Department of Public Health is being recognized here in the Big Easy. That's because the Medicaid Waiver project that's serving as a promising practice is making it easier for El Paso residents to get the health care they need.
This particular initiative is using that information through the Health Information Exchange to identify individuals who are in need of preventive health services such as pneumococcal vaccination or mammography screening or colorectal cancer screening, people who otherwise wouldn't get those services through normal channels.
The El Paso delegation was presented the award as a part of the annual conference that included peers from across the country.
It's a great honor, and we feel very fortunate that we're able to help our community.
With an adult population that's as high as 30% uninsured, this project is helping bridge the gaps.
Sometimes the physicians may prescribe like a mammogram, and maybe the patient is unaware of where to obtain that service. So without the project, the patient would be lost within the system.
Not only are these patients linked to care, funding is often provided to cover the costs.
What you try to do is make sure that those promising practices and what you learn, both your successes and your failures, are shared with others so that they can replicate that work.
Now, to learn more about the Medicaid Waiver program and to learn about the projects they have in place, just log on to ephealth.com and click on the Medicaid Waiver program. Reporting in New Orleans, I'm Armando Saldivar for your City in 5.
Thank you, Armando, for that information, and congratulations to the public health team and all of the participating agencies that play a role in the Medicaid Waiver program. In other news, the rainy season no doubt has arrived in El Paso. Flooding a big concern throughout the city during the monsoon. Turn around, don't drown. That's the message that El Paso Water Utilities, the fire department, and other organizations want drivers to keep in mind. Fast-moving storms can quickly flood streets, causing hazardous conditions. The fire department urges drivers to become more aware, especially during heavy rain.
There are a lot of unknown hazards that are below the water that you can't necessarily see. So when you see a barricade, you encounter a barricade, you encounter fire trucks or police trucks blocking a particular roadway, we definitely recommend that you find an alternate route. If you know of another route to get home, by all means, take that route.
The National Weather Service says the monsoon usually runs to mid-September in El Paso. Sandbags are available from El Paso Water. Now, they can be picked up free of charge at the locations that you see there on your screen. To learn more about Turn Around, Don't Drown and where to get sandbags, visit epwater.org. Now that some rainstorms have already impacted our city, the fire department is working to expand its vast array of response capabilities. Earlier this month, the water rescue team spent 5 days acquiring their advanced and rescue diver certification at an intense diving training program in Santa Rosa, New Mexico. The training included emergency management, in-water rescue breathing protocols, and panicked patient response. These certifications allow water rescue team members to respond to a wide variety of emergencies where an underwater rescue might be needed. While last weekend's storms have passed, the fire department reminds everyone to stay away from floodwaters and call 911 in case of an emergency. And that's all for this edition of Your City in 5, but make sure to keep up to date with all city news and happenings by visiting epconnect.today. We're also on social media. You can also catch us on City TV. Until next time, I'm Ricky Saillas for Your City in 5.